these two devices. Okay, so how we do that? The configuration is pretty simple. We have to go to the FTD first, or you can go to the FMC. So we need to configure the devices. There is a command we have to add on the FTD CLI. There is something called configure manager. So let me just quickly open up this FTD CLI. Okay, so you can see here configure and then manager, and we need to say add the IP address of the manager. So the manager IP, if you remember the basic IP, we are using this as a 41 and this as a 42, 15.41, 15.42. So in my case, 192.168.15.42 is going to be my FMC manager, and we have to use this registration key. Remember this, we have to use the same key on the opposite side. That's it. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay. So once we give this command, you will see the manager is successfully configured. That message will appear. So either we can just wait or we can start going to the FMC part. So we'll go to the FMC. Now from here onwards, FMC side will be completely going to the GUI. Now this is the place where you can add. So once you log into the FMC through the browser as an admin, now we go to the devices, and under the devices, there is a device management option, and it's the same screen, device management option. Here you can click on add and device. So when you click on add device, now this is going to prompt for the host. Host is your FTD. So my FTD is 41. So if I'm using multiple FTDs, we can add multiple the same way. So I'm going to say this is my FTD1. You can just use capitals. And the registration key, we use the same key what we have configured on the CLI. So if you remember, we have added Cisco 123 here. We had to add the same. And the group, just leave it as it is. We don't need to disturb that. And here we need to create a new access policy. Okay. So now just create a new access policy. We can use any name, the access policy. We can create a new access policy here with a random name. So what I'll be doing is I'll try to give some name as access policy 1 with a description, keep it same. The base policy, and by default, it is going to block all the traffic. I'm going to keep that option. So which means by default, the FTD is going to block all the traffic. That's what the option we are going to do. So which means it's a default security policy. Later on, we can add the rules and all. And once it select this option here. Now, once the policy is created, we need to simply move on with the other options. So the other options here, you can see the smart licensing option. Now here in the smart licensing option, we have something called performance tile. Basically, this is going to apply appropriate licensing based on the lab resources. Okay, so we can just use a simple option here, tile file, and I'm going to simply enable all these options here. So these are the evaluation licensing options. So depending upon the licensing what you take, depending upon that, we have to select this option. So in my case, we just add this option and click on register. Okay, so it's not required. So now it is started adding the devices. So at the backend, it is trying to establish the communication with the FTD. That's what it shows up. I'm expecting this to talk to the FTD and start adding the devices at the backend. So registration process will take some time. So we'll try to wait. You will also see some messages in the backend as well. So adding the devices, and most likely I'm expecting the outputs. You should see the FTD1 should be displayed here as a registered devices. So right now it is adding. So hopefully everything is okay. Okay, so that's something we also need to check. So meantime, in case if you see there is any kind of troubleshooting while you're registering the devices, there are a few things you can always check out for the troubleshooting part. So mostly if you see there is some kind of troubleshooting, most likely check for the key. Sometimes if there is any NTP mismatch issues also, it will be an issue. That's something you need to check. Always check the reachability between the FTD and FMC. We already did that. From my host, I'm able to reach out 15.42, 41. So 42, I think it is still conferring. So let's wait for this. Okay, so you can see the process in the back end. It shows up, it is registering the devices, and you can clearly see in the back end it is communicating, and you can see the discovery process, and you can see the notification messages. And after some time, you will see this. This is still registering the devices. Okay, that's what it shows up. As expected, I should see the stable green tick, which is going to indicate that the process is completed. That's what I'm expecting after this part. Okay. So these messages indicate that the device is being added here. Okay. So a few things you can check out in case if there is any reachability issues like connectivity, you have to check. Registration key can be the another reason. Timer mismatches, or sometimes the FMC services are not completely enabled. That can be another reason. Or sometimes we have not configured the proper option. We can verify this here. Show managers on the FTD will show you the managers which are enabled. We can always check. You can see the process is completed, which means on the FTD side, it's already done. So it's just setting up on the FMC, the device. Likewise, the same way, if you're adding multiple FTDs, if you have in your network, like in the failover labs, will be using 2 FTDs, or if you have multiple FTDs, the same way you have to do it. Okay. So mostly this is expected messages. And mostly whatever the configurations we do, we just click on this and we'll start doing from there. Okay. So in my case, we still need to wait for this FTD to turn to green. That's what I'm expecting. Even there is a version mismatch can be the possible reasons. So again, if you are doing some kind of troubleshooting relating to this, let's say if the device is not registered, then there are a few things you need to check. As I already said, the basic IP connectivity. So we have to make sure that we are able to reach out between the FTD and FMC. So the reachability is one of the first thing you need to check. So we can check that by trying to ping with this one. So we have to check these things. So 192.168.15.2. The basic ping commands we should be able to verify. Okay. So we need to try to reach out this IP. So it is still doing the registration process during that time. So the other possibility is you also need to check the keys, because sometimes if you give the wrong mismatch keys, that also can be the reason. Make sure that there's no space or any case sensitive letters. Timer mismatches, whenever there is a possibility that the timer mismatch can happen. If the NTP is not synchronized properly, that can be another reason you have to check. So we are using the common NTP on both the sides, so most likely the time will synchronize. And in case when you're booting up the FMC, if the FMC is not completely ready, that can be another reason for the registration process not going proper. So if the registration is not going to start, that can be another reason. Now, other things, like I said, you can go to the FTD where you can verify with show manager option. And in case if you misconfigure, then you can always go ahead and delete and add the new manager with a new IP and the new key. So also check if there is any firewall is blocking in between. If you have any local firewall connections, especially if you're using the management networks, you can also check those options. Okay. The other possible reasons, If you have the low CPU and the RAM resources, that will again slow down the devices. That will also delay the process here. So if the FTD is already registered, you can always remove and add the new one. That can be another reason. Sometimes if you're using a mismatch of FTD or FMC also can be the reason. Okay. So just make sure that they are compatible with each other. That is another reason. Other possibilities is licensing issues. These are the other things. So these are the list of things you can go and check in case if the registration process is not going fine. So post registrations, what we should see is we should see this. This has to come stable. It is still registering the device, so it will take some time. That's the first thing. And a final thing you should see when you say show managers, you should be able to see the manager is displayed here. Now, finally, after some time, you should see this is what expected. So when you see this expected, which means now the FTD1 has been added, and most likely, if you're using multiple FTDs, the same way you have to add. So this is something you can do it for the first time. Now from here onwards, once you start the configurations, we click on that device and we can do it from here. Like any interface configurations, routing configurations you have to do, or any other device related configurations. So we do everything from here. Okay. So as we move on later on, we will be doing the initial routing configurations or interface configurations and also the policies. So you can see all the options comes here. Mainly the interface and the routing configurations, you do it from here. So most of the options are similar to the 6 dot version, but the entire GUI is changed and you need to get used to it. So if you're preparing for the CCIE exams, the lab exam especially, you will be tested on this interface only.